Do you want some sugar or some division with longer numbers? Yes, of course you do. That's why we're here. So we're doing Tiffany's Teeth, episode 2. And we're going to deal with some bigger numbers. How do you deal with the bigger numbers? Well, you sort of deal with them the same way as you deal with the smaller numbers. So let's try some bigger numbers. We're going to go 6 into 251. And don't let that put you off. Tiffany's Teeth will help us. It's a bit trickier because we're dealing with these big numbers, but I've actually got something that I'm going to use, and it's from the olden days. It's these. You may have a set of these around your school. Ask your teacher. They're called Cuisenaire rods. And these are what I was taught basic number facts with back in the early 1970s when I was a little kid. And they're really handy for Tiffany's Teeth because they're a whole bunch of the teeth stuck together. You got 1, 2 teeth, 3 teeth, 4 teeth, 5 teeth, 6 teeth, 7 teeth, 8 teeth, 9 teeth, and 10 teeth stuck together. So it's easier to do Tiffany's Teeth. If you don't have these, that's okay. You could just use the individual ones, which will be around your school. But I just find these a lot easier to use. So I'm going to be using these now. If you don't have these in your school, your teacher might be able to order a set for you off the internet, because you can do that. The ones you get off the internet, they're modern ones. They're not as cool as these. This is a glowy pink, which I really like, but the new ones don't really have that. But it doesn't really matter. You can even make them out of cardboard and colour them in. There's just 1 centimetre, 2 centimetres, 3 centimetres, and so on. So let's use Tiffany's Teeth to work out this question. Remember, you've got to think of this curvy bit as Tiffany's mouth, and the number inside the curvy bit as the number of teeth Tiffany has for this question. So in this case, she's got 6 teeth. And there's my 6 Tiffany's teeth. But with my Cuisenaire rods, I can swap it out for one of these green ones. The green one is number 6. And that's going to make life a little bit easier. Okay, so let's do it. 6 into, we have to deal with these numbers one at a time. 6 into 2. Okay, now, I want you to think about this. Can Tiffany take a bite out of 2? Remember, when she's got the number of teeth there, the number of teeth is the number of bites she can make, and she can only bite the same number. Can Tiffany take a bite out of 2? The answer is no, she can't, because her mouth is too big for this little 2. Now, I'm about to say something which, if you can remember it and use it every time, it's going to be very, very handy. When it won't go, write O. Now, 2 things. Firstly, it's not an O, it's a 0, but it doesn't sound the same if it's when it won't go right 0. I think it sounds better when it won't go right O. And the other thing is, you don't strictly speaking need this O or 0 at the beginning, but later on, the kinds of questions that you get in division, there's a classic sort of bear trap for kids later on when you're doing division with the zeros or O's in the middle. So get into the habit of writing this 0 and you'll avoid the bear trap. When it won't go, write O. 6 into 2 won't go. I can't take a bite of 6 out of a number as small as 2. So I haven't really done anything with the 2. I've got to do something with all the numbers. So I've got to think about the 2. I can't just forget about the 2. I've got to use the 2. Use the 2 for what? For this. I keep going, keeping the 2, and now I've made the number 25. So the next bite is biting out of 25. 6 into 25. With my Cuisenaire rods, I can make the number 25 really easily, because these are 10s and these are 5s. So I'm going to make the number 25 to bite my Tiffany's Teeth. 1, 2, 10, 20, 5. So there's 25. Now, how many bites can Tiffany take out of 25? Let's find out. So I'm going to use these 6s to do my bites. 1 bite, 2 bites, 3 bites, 4 bites. I haven't quite finished. I've got this little space here, but can I take another complete bite? No, I can't. Tiffany's mouth is too big. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 bites. And what's left over? Well, let's find out. I'll put a 1 in there, see if that works. Yes, it is. It's really good. That's 1 left over. And if you remember from the previous episode, the leftovers go next to the next number. So it becomes 11. 6 into 11. So let's make 11. Move these guys out of the way. There's 10, if you recall. Plus 1 is 11. How many bites can I take? 1 bite. I wonder if I can take 2 bites. No, I can't. It's just a little bit too big. No good. Oh, 1 bite it is. Can't cheat. So it's 1 bite. And what's left over? Well, I'll just use my 1s to count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and obviously 1 more. 5 left over. I can't write the 5 to stick it onto the next number because I'm out of numbers. So this is just plain old left over. And when it's just plain old left over, we call that a remainder. We write a little R for remainder, and then we write the number 5. 41 remainder 5. So 6 into 251 is 41 remainder 5. And that's Tiffany's teeth.